Assalamu alaikum dear students. Our today's topic for discussion is Dr. C.V. Raman, the celebrated genius. This is lesson number 10 of our second 12th class English. In today's lesson we will discuss about the writer that is Dr. C.V. Raman and also the summary of the lesson. Now let's start. Dear students, Dr. C.V. Raman, Dr. Chandrasekhar Venkata Raman, was born in 1888 in Tiruchirappalli, Tamil Nadu. In 1899, at the age of 11, he finished secondary school education and entered Avian College. In 1901, at the age of 13, he moved to Presidency College in Madras. In 1903, at the age of 15, finished as the head of the class and received BA with honors in physics and English. In 1907, at the age of 17, he topped his class and completed prestigious MA with honors. In 1924, he entered to the Royal Society of London. In 1929, he made a knight by the British Empire and received the prestigious Hughes Medal from Royal Society. In 1930, he, for the first time in history, an Indian scholar entirely educated in India received the Nobel Prize in Physics. In 1970, Dr. C.V. Raman, the celebrated genius, died at the age of 82. This was a brief history of Dr. C.V. Raman. Now let us discuss the summary. Dear students, Dr. C.V. Raman was a celebrated genius of his time. He is the first Indian scholar entirely educated in India who received the Nobel Prize in Physics in the year 1930. It is in 1921 when C.V. Raman, on a voyage to Europe to participate in a science meet as a representative of the Calcutta University, wondered why the water of the Mediterranean Sea was such a dark shade of blue. This mystery, which he finally revealed, won him the world's most prestigious award, the Nobel Prize. Dr. C.V. Raman was possibly the greatest physicist India has ever produced. His pioneering research on the phenomenon that causes changes in the nature of light when it passes through a transparent medium, solid, liquid, or gases, won him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. He was born in an Orthodox South Indian Brahmin family in 1888 in Tiruchirappalli in Tamil Nadu. Raman proved a brilliant student. He matriculated at the age of 11 and at the age of 15 received a bachelor's degree with honors in physics and English as the head of his class. That is, he topped his class. At the age of 17, C.V. Raman again topped his class and obtained a postgraduate degree with honors. Raman was denied admission in British on the health grounds, but this denial did not deter his willpower to achieve the apparently impossible. He spent most of his time in the laboratory of the Indian Association for Cultivation of Science. Dr. Raman gave up a government service to join the Calcutta University as a professor, though at a lower salary, but this decision of Raman proved to be of great importance as the university laboratory helped him to achieve what the world recognized. The world did not lag behind in recognizing the talent of this genius. Recalling the event of Nobel Prize receiving ceremony Raman boasts on his wearing a traditional South Indian dress. At the same time, he feels highly upset when he receives the award at the hands of King Gustav and sees that he is receiving the same note, not as a pre-Indian, but as a subject of British Empire. Seeing himself under the British Union Jack flag, Raman breaks down and tears roll down his eyes to notice that he belonged to a slave country. Raman was proud Indian and did not give up the Indian traditions until his death. Once Raman was asked by a young man that did not he feel embarrassed in London with a turban. On this Raman replied that one evening while he was in London he had gone to the Royal Institution to hear a lecture by Lord Rutherford, an eminent British physicist. The lecture had started when he arrived. Suddenly Lord Rutherford called him by name to come up to the front. After the lecture, C.V. Raman asked Lord Rutherford that how did he recognize him without ever seeing him. Lord Rutherford told him that it was because of a Madrasi turban that he recognized him, that is Dr. C.V. Raman. Dr. Raman was a brilliant speaker. In a remarkable speech he delivered at Agra University on 18 November 1950, he expressed his belief in the oneness of nature and science. In this speech, C.V. Raman held the view that misery and poverty should not come in the way of achieving good and life. He said that he has tasted poverty and misery and that he has walked miles in dusty roads. He knows how to stroll in streets without an umbrella. He told the youth present at the university that to be able to accomplish something, one has to go through tough times. Success in life is not always to the intelligent or the strong, and it is to some extent a bit of gamble. He had the view that great things in life were not really great things in life, but many achievements like Nobel Prize and FRS and the like leave a better taste in mouth. One must enjoy the common things in life: a sound sleep, a 2 to 3 miles in the evening, enjoying a good lunch and dinner, like the smell of ragi and jar on the auxiliaries, elixirs of life. There is no happiness in going to the movies and watching thrilling films or technicolor dramas. Great things in life are the God given ones. He held the view that great things were the objects of beauty in nature. C.V. Raman appreciates the bounties of nature. To be in the company of nature and should be a source of inspiration, and it should give you energy. C.V. Raman was a great patriot. We should have the deepest love and respect for the earth because we are from the earth and return to it. C.V. Raman upheld the view that earth sustains us, feeds us, and makes human life possible. He said that we should tend to the earth to show our love for her. We should understand that love of earth should be our priority if the human race wants to live a happy life on the earth. C.V. Raman tells a story that when Rome was in danger, the people went to a famous Roman person and requested him to be a dictator of Rome in times of danger. When the people approached the Roman, they found him plowing the field and tending his farm. After he became a dictator, he went back to the land and said, "These plants I have grown, I give them water, I give them labor, and they repay." Or Raman believed that we should also work in this spirit. C.V. Raman believed in hard work rigorous effort, dedication, patriotism, and contribution towards the homeland in the form of any kind of service. Several awards were conferred on Raman, besides Fellow of the Royal Society of London in 1924, knighthood by the British Empire in 1929, the Hughes Media Hughes, the Hughes Medal in 1929, and the Nobel Prize in 1930. He was conferred Bharat Ratna in 1954. Later in life, Raman was simply called CV, Sir CV. He also won the International Lenin Prize in 1957. When he was offered the Vice Presidentship of India, he simply denied, saying, "What shall I do with the ship?" Dr. C.V. Raman died in 1970 at the age of 82. Thank you very much.